What if I told you that just 14 days without sugar could change your body more than you expect? From glowing skin, to faster fat burning, to fixing your energy levels, the changes start happening within hours, not weeks. But you might also experience withdrawal symptoms that feel, well, horrible. So what really happens to your body when you quit sugar for 14 days? Let's break it down day by day. Welcome back to the Health Clinic. Today, we're diving into one of the most requested topics ever: what happens when you stop eating sugar for just 2 weeks? We're not talking about natural sugar from fruits. We mean added sugars, desserts, sodas, candies, pastries, sugary tea, packaged snacks, all of it. And as always, this video is backed by real science, so stick with me until the end. When you remove added sugar from your diet, you are not simply cutting out a food ingredient, you are withdrawing from a substance that deeply affects multiple biological systems. Sugar influences dopamine neurotransmission, promotes inflammatory cytokine activity, elevates fasting insulin concentration, disrupts leptin signaling, damages collagen tissue through glycation, disturbs circadian rhythm, and alters the composition of the gut microbiome. Modern diets contain refined sugars in nearly every processed food, leading to chronic overstimulation of the pancreas, liver, and gastrointestinal tract. According to the American Heart Association, average sugar consumption exceeds recommended safe limits by up to 3 to 4 times in many populations. With this context, when you quit sugar for 14 days, your body begins an internal recovery response, rapid, dramatic, and clinically measurable. Over the next 2 weeks, nearly every organ system begins recalibrating as inflammation decreases, insulin sensitivity improves, cellular metabolism stabilizes, and neurological dependency begins to fade. The changes are not superficial. They are rooted in biochemistry, endocrinology, and metabolic physiology. Day-by-day biological transformation DAY1, the body begins recognizing glucose restriction on the first day without sugar. Your endocrine system is the first to respond. Because your body expects glucose spikes after meals, the pancreas remains in a reactive state, monitoring blood sugar levels closely. When sugar is absent, insulin secretion begins to fall. This early decline in insulin puts the body into an unfamiliar stability that it has not experienced for years. The hypothalamus, which monitors energy availability, begins recalibrating appetite signals. You may not feel physically different yet, but your hormonal environment is beginning its reset. This initial shift is supported by research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and AMP, Metabolism, which shows that insulin responds dramatically even within the first 24 hours of dietary sugar reduction. Day 2, cravings due to dopamine receptor adjustment. Sugar activates the brain's reward system by stimulating dopamine release. When you remove sugar, dopamine signaling declines abruptly, causing the brain to send amplified craving signals as a compensatory mechanism. This second day often triggers strong psychological cravings, even when physical hunger is absent. Studies from the Yale School of Medicine show that sugar activates the nucleus accumbens, the same reward center stimulated by addictive substances. The absence of this stimulation causes discomfort, restlessness, and emotional irritability. This is not simply a matter of willpower, it is neurochemical withdrawal. Day 3, detox symptoms. As glycogen stores mobilized by day 3, headaches, fatigue, mild nausea, or mood swings may occur. The liver begins a process called glycogenolysis, breaking down stored glycogen into glucose for energy. Because glycogen binds to water, this breakdown causes rapid water release, leading to temporary dehydration symptoms. According to Harvard Medical School, each gram of glycogen holds approximately 3 grams of water. As glycogen reserves deplete, the body begins preparing to transition into increased fat oxidation. This metabolic adaptation phase can feel tiring, but it is a sign that your internal systems are shifting into a healthier state. Day 4, enzyme shift and temporary energy decline. On day 4, your body experiences a notable drop in readily available glucose. To compensate, metabolic pathways begin increasing the activity of enzymes involved in lipid oxidation, such as hormone-sensitive lipase. This enzyme helps break down stored triglycerides into usable fatty acids. During this transition, energy levels may temporarily fall. Research published in the American Journal of Physiology explains that this adaptation period is essential for shifting the body away from sugar dependency and toward a more stable metabolic state. Your fatigue today is a sign that your metabolic machinery is actively reprogramming itself. Day 5, initial cognitive clarity appears. By the 5th day, your brain begins functioning more efficiently because blood glucose levels are more stable. High sugar diets cause volatility in glucose availability, impairing cognitive performance and causing brain fog. With sugar removed, the brain experiences consistent energy delivery, reducing neurological inflammation and oxidative stress. According to the National Institute on Aging, stable glucose control significantly improves cognitive sharpness. This is why you may begin feeling more focused, calm, and mentally clear. Day 6, gut microbiome balancing begins today. You notice improvements in digestion. Sugar imbalance promotes the growth of harmful bacteria and yeast, while starving beneficial gut flora. Removing sugar shifts the microbial balance toward healthy species, which reduces gastrointestinal inflammation, gas, bloating, and discomfort. A study in Nature Communications confirms that dietary sugar strongly alters microbiome diversity, promoting inflammation. Once sugar is removed, good bacteria rapidly repopulate, improving digestion and immune system function. Day 7, reduced inflammation and visible physical improvement. By the end of the first week, chronic inflammation begins declining significantly. Sugar is known to elevate inflammatory markers such as CRP, C-reactive protein. A study in the Journal of Nutrition confirms that removing added sugar reduces CRP levels within days. Externally, this reduction in inflammation results in less water retention, decreased puffiness in the face, improved abdominal comfort, and a slightly slimmer appearance. Cardiovascular improvements begin here as well. Blood pressure stabilizes, triglycerides decrease, and endothelial function improves. Week 2, deep internal healing. Day 8, stable energy from fat oxidation. Your energy begins to feel steady and long-lasting. The body is now using stored fat as a primary energy source instead of sugar. Fat oxidation produces clean, sustained energy without the crashes caused by sugar. According to research from the American Diabetes Association, improved insulin sensitivity allows cells to use energy more efficiently. You are now entering a metabolic state that prevents type 2 diabetes risk and reduces chronic fatigue. Day 9, skin restoration begins. Sugar contributes to skin aging through a process called glycation, where sugar binds to collagen and damages its structure. With 9 days of low sugar, glycation declines, allowing collagen fibers to strengthen. Inflammation in the skin decreases, reducing acne, redness, and oil imbalance. A study in the British Journal of Dermatology confirms that reducing sugar consumption visibly improves skin clarity. Your skin begins recovering from years of microscopic inflammation. Day 10, Optimized sleep and hormonal balance. By day 10, the endocrine system stabilizes. Sugar disrupts melatonin and elevates cortisol, two hormones critical for sleep regulation. With stable glucose and lower cortisol levels, your body naturally transitions into deeper sleep cycles. According to Stanford Sleep Medicine, stable blood sugar leads to improved REM and deep sleep. You may fall asleep faster, wake less during the night, and feel more refreshed. Day 11. Cravings fade as brain chemistry normalizes. Your dopamine receptors have now recalibrated. The brain no longer depends on sugar for reward stimulation. Appetite-regulating hormones such as leptin and ghrelin also begin functioning correctly, creating natural hunger cues instead of artificially triggered cravings. A study from the Endocrine Society shows major hormonal improvements by the 10 to 14-day range of sugar removal. This is when psychological freedom from sugar begins. Day 12. Accelerated fat burn and liver improvement. By day 12, lipolysis, fat breakdown, is significantly increased. With consistently low insulin levels, your body can finally access stored fat efficiently. At the same time, the liver begins reducing stored fat content. Excess fructose is normally converted into fat in the liver, contributing to fatty liver disease. Research from the Journal of Hepatology confirms that removing sugar improves liver fat in under 2 weeks. Your metabolic health is now dramatically improved. Day 13. Emotional and neurological stability. By this stage, your mood becomes noticeably stable. Sugar-triggered mood swings fade because blood sugar levels remain controlled. Neuroinflammation is reduced, improving mental clarity and emotional resilience. Serotonin pathways begin functioning better because 90% of serotonin is produced in the gut, which is now healthier. You may feel more emotionally balanced, calm, and mentally sharper. Day 14. Full body metabolic reset completed. On day 14, your body has undergone wide-ranging improvements. Insulin sensitivity has increased substantially. Inflammation has dropped. The gut microbiome is rebalanced. The liver is functioning more efficiently. Cellular metabolism is more stable. Blood pressure and triglycerides improve. Skin clarity increases. Energy is cleaner and more consistent. Cognitive performance is enhanced. Sleep quality is deeper. Cravings are gone because your brain no longer depends on sugar for dopamine spikes. This is not a temporary change, this is a restoration of metabolic health. So after 14 days without sugar, your body becomes leaner, cleaner, stronger, happier, and more energized. Now, if you're thinking about trying the 14-day no sugar challenge, comment, "I'm ready," and if you want a 30-day challenge, let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. It helps more people discover the truth about sugar and take control of their health. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay powerful, and I'll see you in the next video.